Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. I've been on the old tea. I've had a decent mug of tea. It's gone now, but I had a late night last night. I stayed up to watch the Game Awards, and I was hoping to see Light No Fire make an appearance by the makers of No Man's Sky, Hello Games. Didn't happen, people. So anyway, let's jump on over to the internet and let's look into the reasons as to why I think that might be. Okay, here we go. So, jumping over onto the Tinterweb, the first thing I put out, as soon as this ended, like 4 hours ago, that's the amount of sleep I've had. No Light, No Fire trailer at the Game Awards. Kind of feel that's odd. I feel that's really odd, considering how much sort of, generation of interest we've had from Sean Murray and Hello Games. Pretty much on every single tail end of every patch note that we've had, every single update, it says, make sure you watch this trailer from last year's Game Awards for Light No Fire. You can wishlist this now. And that has been echoed and echoed and echoed for a whole year. And it kind of felt that we was going to see something happening at the Game Awards this year. Also, we know that we got the new ship, which I'm going to be checking on my PlayStation towards the end of this video. People have been asking, actually I might make a separate video for that. But people have been asking whether you can get it on crossplay. I'll be checking that out after I've done this video. And there's just been loads of subtle hints. The Game Awards, the Game Awards, the Game Awards. All roads led to the Game Awards as something happening. But Hello Games and how cryptic they are when it comes to comms, it's reading between the lines, and we read it wrong. I read it wrong. I think every single content creator out there has read it wrong, to be fair. What do you think is the most likely reason? It's far from ready, a 2026 release. Could be the case, 55% of people hit that up. Another big year for No Man's Sky, looking on the positive side, 23% of people hit that up. No new news on it, just a delay perhaps, 12%. Want to see poll results, 10%. And scrolling down, we've got a few comments. Now, while you're reading those comments, I got my own idea. Yeah, so, well, I got my own idea why I thought Light No Fire was going to be coming to the table in 2025, and that's because No Man's Sky is now out on every single platform known to man, pretty much apart from mobile and Switch 2, which I think could be on the cards. But other than that, they haven't really got much of a revenue stream, so they need to be getting revenue from somewhere. Well, during the Game Awards, Hello Games answered that one. They've actually moved into the world of publishing. Now, the creators of Overcooked. Now, Overcooked, I believe, was made by Team 17. The trendy guys from the UK that also made that banger, Worms. Yes, Worms I used to play on my Amiga, and that's evolved massively through the years. It's now in 3D, and it's on all platforms known to man, which we'll get to in a bit. But scrolling down here, you've got Ghost Town Games and Hello Games collaborating on this little screenshot. Here you go, I'll make it a bit larger. You can see there, Hello Games has moved into the world of publishing with Ghost Town Games. But Ghost Town Games is not Team 17, is it? We're getting to that. So, Overcooked is the game that, the makers, well, Ghost Town Games, the makers of this game. But when you look at the publisher, it's actually Team 17, the publisher there. The developer was Ghost Town Games. And that's the same that's going to be happening now with their latest game. Rather than them publishing it and bringing it to market per se, Hello Games is now going to be sitting in this publisher area, but the developer will remain to be Ghost Town Games. Now, Overcooked was a massive success, and this game looks like it's borrowing inspiration from Overcooked in its sort of curb appeal and genre. It's very much a cosy sit on the sofa with your mates and pick up and play type looking game. It looks a bit like Luigi's Mansion in a roundabout way. If I jump on over onto here, if I scroll up a bit, you're going to see a little bit of footage, and you're going to see a little bit more of the game in the background playing than what you saw at the actual Game Awards. I don't know why they didn't show more of the gameplay for this, but it does look fairly intriguing. I think this is going to appeal to people like, I say kids, to be fair, people under the age of, say, 14. on the way home from school, hey mate, do you want to come in? Do you want to come and play Stage Fright with me? It's a great little puzzler adventure. I think you're going to love it. You know, that sort of thing. And they're going to sit on the sofa, maybe on Nintendo Switch or even on other consoles, and 2 joypads, and away you go. It's got that sort of retro sort of vibe and feel to it that has that sort of approach rather than remote online play. Or at least that's what I'm getting from this. I don't know whether that's a fair comment. But there's a couple of screenshots on here. So, oh, this is overcooked screenshots, to be fair. But yeah, as I've been trundling through stuff, I have come across a few other screenshots that make this game look fairly cool. To be fair, it could be an interesting one. Overcooked as a co-op for 1 to 4 players. This one, it says here, a new 2-player cooperative adventure. Stage Fright is built from the ground up as a cooperative experience, bustling with Overcooked style chaotic moments and escape room-esque co-op operation. Play online, or better still, side by side, so it has got that online element. Designed with communication and teamwork in mind and instantly accessible to a wide array of players. The challenge is in the mind. The challenge is in the mind and not the fingertips. Set in an integral and mysterious town, guide Drew, Blake and Charlie through a charming coming-of-age story with real heart memorable characters. So there we go. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Stage Fright. Okay, so that is now fallen under Hello Games to publish. So there you go. And the thing that I found a little bit interesting about all of this is you've got Ghost Town Games and their collaboration with Team 17 when you look back at it. And this is kind of the role that I feel that Hello Games is now going to fall into. They're going to take the place of Team 17. So when you hear Team 17, I got quite excited. And then when I'd done a bit of a deep dive and looked into Ghost Town Games and found they were the actual developer and Team 17 was the publisher, and then I understood that Hello Games is taking the role of publisher, everything made a little bit more sense. Because the publishers actually get a revenue share, and that's discerned through contract signing. One contract is never the same as another, so I don't know whether they stand to make as much as Team 17, but it does beg the question, why didn't they go back to Team 17 with this? Why are they now moved and shifted over to Hello Games, where Hello Games has no experience being a publisher, but they do have a lot of experience when it comes to co-op. But then I'd imagine they've got all the... For me, it doesn't make much sense, because Overcooked was a hit. And Overcooked was co-op. They've got all the experience they need there when it comes to technical ability. And when it comes to marketing, I think Hello Games were very, very successful in the way that they brought No Man's Sky to the market. And I think it's done them a massive, massive uptick. But I don't think other companies are going to want to take the same strategy as Hello Games did to bring a game to market. Because let's face it, it was peaks and troughs for Hello Games and No Man's Sky, and they're still recovering from it to some degree, which I feel that they've done massively well for No Man's Sky. But it's like, say, how they brought The Last Campfire to market. I don't think Last Campfire was up in the top 10 sales by any stretch of the imagination, but it was still relatively successful. But then Overcooked overshadowed The Last Campfire, so I don't get this collaboration. Maybe I'm missing something. Sound off in the comments. Let me know if I am, if I'm missing something glaringly obvious. I like to have a comment I can pin under this, so please check the pinned comment for people that might be more clued up on why this collaboration exists. Now, the only real thing that I could notice is the actual head of Ghost Town Studios, or Ghost Town Games, is a guy called Philip Duncan, or Phil Duncan. And one of the leads that helped Hello Games come to fruition is called Grant Duncan. Okay, they share the same surname. They're both guys, so they wouldn't have adopted that surname through marriage, but it's a bit of a coincidence. I don't think they're related. I've tried to do some research. Can't find much on either of these two individuals to tie them together. But anyway, scrolling down, there is some actual words in here as to why Hello Games feels that this is a good collaboration for them. So anyway, Ghost Town Games has a core team of just 3 people. Founders Ollie Devine and Phil Duncan, plus writer German Gemma Langford. They have been developing Stage Fright under the code name of Project Attic because it's literally been building this game in their attic, and their website lists just 6 additional contributors. There's also the Hello Games of it all. And there we go. Devine and Duncan have been friends with the Hello Games crew, including founders Sean Murray, Grant Duncan, Ryan Doyle and David Ream for years. After Hello founding success with Joe Danger in 2010, they helped connect Ghost Town with the eventual publisher of Overcooked, Team 17. So it was actually Hello Games that pointed them that way. That's interesting. Overcooked came out in 2016, and the rest is culinary and co-op history. Phil and Ollie came to visit us for advice, and I think this is Tim Woolley speaking now. So Phil and Ollie came to visit us for advice with the very earliest demo of Overcooked about 10 years ago, Woodley said, yes. We have such fond memories of the 4 founders of Hello playing that Overcooked demo, screaming at each other about onions. It was instantly obvious this was something special. And that trailer that played over for this game, over at the Game Awards, they had that interaction with onions. Hello Games is currently developing Light No Fire, a cooperative survival and exploration game that takes place on a fantasy planet as large as Earth, offering a mix of role-playing and sandbox mechanics. The studio is also still very much supporting and expanding its breakout hit No Man's Sky, and things seem to be going really well. Stage Fright would be Hello's debut as a third-party publisher, but it doesn't mean the studio is pivoting to publishing full-time. By the sounds of things, these are quite chummy individuals. They might not be related. There may be a tenuous link that I've spotted, but it might just be that. It might just be sheer coincidence. Anyway, here's one of the screenshots of the sort of like little mansion. That's why I had the Luigi's Mansion vibes in a roundabout way. But yeah, very nice, very nice. Hello Games has a bunch of experience we can lend behind the scenes. Support we can give, but we're honest, it really appeals to us is to have fun working with a bunch of creative people. We just love spending time, Woodley said. Okay, when we played an early version of Stage Fright, we got the same buzz as we had with Overcooked all those years ago. It's just something we wanted to be involved in. Expect more information about Stage Fright over the next 12 months. So it just seems to be an interesting little venture for them in a roundabout way. But at the same time, publishers do make a sort of profit from this sort of stuff. You know, they can share in revenue, sales and all that sort of shenanigans. So where my concern was, why I thought we might see Light No Fire come out in the year 2025, I've said I thought that it would come into early access. I'm wondering whether this collaboration, this partnership, this publishing arm that they've now reached and came to an arrangement with, if they see a profit from this game, there's a good chance, I feel, that that's going to carry them through that early access period that they could have gone through with Light No Fire to gain extra revenue, and maybe go to market with a fully working, polished version of Light No Fire that doesn't have to have any input from the community to steer them in directions they don't want to go with the game because they've put it into early access. So I'm thinking that they've done this collaboration to help them get the game to market in the way that they want it to be. Just put something a bit more interesting in the background while I chat. So that's what I think's going on, people. Sound off in the comments, let me know whether you think I'm right or wrong on that. Because it's a double-edged sword. You know, this is a bit of a gamble for Hello Games. They would have had to put some money into this to bring it to market, to be the publisher and getting this game out there. If this goes well for them, yes, they could make a profit and it could see them through that whole stage. If this doesn't go well for them, it could hinder or even delay things, because they may have to put more effort into trying to get this game to be the success it needs to be to drive that revenue stream. I don't know how vested Hello Games are in this side venture, this project. But it is quite interesting. It's an interesting collaboration. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all of this. I am slightly gutted that we didn't get to learn more about Light No Fire. The only thing that I can say as a positive with Light No Fire is now that they've missed the Game Awards and they haven't done another trailer to build hype for Light No Fire, I think that speaks volumes that it's still in the actual oven, it's still baking, they're still working on it, they still want to make it the game they want it to be. And I suppose not sharing stuff at the moment until they've understood exactly where they want to go with it could be why we've not seen a trailer. It looks like they've built the world, they've built the mechanics, but where's the game? Something we don't know from all those trailers is why are we on this world? Why are we all working together? What's the curb appeal for Light No Fire, apart from how pretty it looks and riding kingfishers about the frickin' place? So I guess it's one to watch and one to keep our radars open for, but also now watching this Ghost Town Games venture that they've jumped into with Stage Fright, which is quite an aptly named game when you think about it. Especially with Sean going on stage the other year and how nervous he appeared on stage and the amount of stage fright he's had in the past. I mean, he says the stuff that he's done with IGN in the interviews, going up on the stage at E3, are the worst nightmare moments of his life. So, yeah, aptly named game. It really is. And it's something that I don't think appeals to me, this game, per se. I don't think it's one I'm going to be hitting up or playing myself. But then I might see reviews of it. I might see that it's got a decent enough price point that it might warrant jumping in and doing a review just because Hello Games is behind it as a publisher, just to see what it's about since I cover their games. This could work out quite nicely for Ghost Town Games. This could bring in an audience from the No Man's Sky crew and people that love The Last Campfire. It does have that whimsical look to it. I mean, I say I don't think it's for me. I just don't think it's for me because I wasn't a massive fan of Overcooked. I liked it, but I played it at a mate's house. I enjoyed it, but I didn't buy it myself. This could be quite something similar. I might enjoy playing it. I might think it's a good fun game. But if I play it at a mate's house and co-op it and complete it round there, why would I bother buying it myself? Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. It's a very odd game for them to jump in and back. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments. Until next time, goodbye, and goodbye again.